Hello, my friends. Hello, it's Matthew Street. And I know, folks, 3 videos in a row about Oasis. Don't worry, I got a Beatles one coming up next. I promise. I got a Beatles one I got to do. But, folks, I got to do this one first about Oasis. Oh, my goodness, folks. Since the big announcement, since Oasis announced last Monday, that it would be reuniting the band since 2009 for a big 2025 concert tour. It was a big, surprising announcement for many fans following the big split years ago, 15 years ago. But they confirmed they're going to reunite. The Post stated, the guns have fallen silent. The stars have aligned. The great wait is over. Come see. It will not be televised. Yes, folks. The band is going to embark on a big tour of the UK and Ireland next year, live in 2025, with plans to tour other continents. Yes, folks. Us USA fans, we're like this. You know what? Because I'll be the cheerleader here in the USA. I don't care. 3 Oasis videos in a row. I don't care. I'm a massive fan of this band, folks. And I'm sorry, if no one else in the US wants to talk about it, I'll talk about it. Because someone has to talk about it. Because we in the US want Oasis, okay? We want the reunion here too. So please, let's go, Liam, Noel, and fellas. Get over here to the United States, and I'll be there with my cheerleader pom-poms. I promise, okay? So, folks, the news is flying in fast and furious, okay? Since the announcement of the reunion, Oasis's sales have been up 526% overall. Folks, we're seeing a massive revival in this band and their music's popularity. It is skyrocketing. It is going through the roof. Whew. The band's songs are taking up 1/4 of the entire 100 most played in the UK. You heard that right, folks. 1/4 out of the 100 songs most played in the UK right now, 1/4 of them are Oasis songs. You're talking songs like Live Forever from this album, and you're talking Don't Look Back in Anger from this album, and you're talking Wonderwall, and Champagne Supernova, and Half a World Away, and Slide Away, and Some Might Say, and Cigarettes and Alcohol, and Morning Glory, and Stop Crying Your Heart Out. I got that CD here somewhere too, and Cigarettes and Alcohol, and Roll With It, and Morning Glory, and folks, it's amazing. It's amazing what's happening. The news just won't stop coming in. Folks, Oasis has been the biggest gainer on Spotify Global Artist Charts. Yes, the streaming services said that they have risen 74 spots to an all-time high of number 20 out of everyone. And it's only the second day ever they've ever been in the top 200. They've already risen 74, made a big 74 spot jump up to number 20. Folks, it's amazing. They've risen to number 1 on Spotify's daily artist chart in the United Kingdom, up from number 3 the day previous. They've jumped to number 1 in the UK. The song Wonderwall has climbed to number 12 on the US iTunes chart. It's number 6 on the UK Apple chart. It's number 8 on the UK iTunes chart. And on the US iTunes Rock and Roll chart, it's number 2. Folks, they're making some headway in the US here. Come on to the US, Oasis. We need you over here, this side of the pond, all right? Oasis logged 4 albums in the top 40 of the US iTunes chart, led by this album, What's the Story, Morning Glory, at number 12. So they've got 4 albums in our top 40 iTunes. But listen to this. On the UK iTunes albums chart, Time Flies, Stop the Clocks, 94 to 2009, their big greatest hit set that came out after they broke up, that's number 1 in the UK iTunes LP chart. What's the Story, Morning Glory is number 2. And others that are on this chart are obviously, Definitely Maybe is on there, Nebworth 96 is on there, The Master Plan is on there as well. We got Be Here Now is also on the UK iTunes album chart. Again, Heathen Chemistry, where are you? Heathen Chemistry is on there. We got Standing on the Shoulder of Giants is on there as well. They're all definitely in. Those are all in the top 50. We have Familiar to Millions. Did I mention that? No, Nebworth. This isn't Nebworth 96. I didn't show the right one. I'm sorry. Okay, Nebworth 96 is in the top, like in the top 50. But this one, Familiar to Millions, is in the top 100. And they even have one in from 100 to 200. They have Don't Believe the Truth is there. So like every album, the only one I don't see that wasn't in this UK iTunes album chart of the top 200 was this one, which disappoints me because this is a great, great album. Their final album, late 2008, Dig Out Your Soul, is a fabulous album. I'm surprised everyone isn't in there. But anyway, so you can see lots of cool stuff is happening with this band, folks. The band is occupying the entire top 5 of the UK iTunes LP charts. I mean, think about that for a minute. That's absolutely unbelievable. Variety. Previously reported streams for Oasis had jumped 160% on Spotify in one day. It's just unbelievable once the rumors started about this band was reuniting. And as I said, sales are up 526%, folks. I mean, we're seeing, like I said, a massive revival in this band and their popularity. This is just absolutely fantastic. I don't want to belabor the point here. What I'm telling you, folks, is get on the train. I mean, you people out there that are naysayers and being all negative and slagging off the band and all that, I don't know where your head's at, man. If you're into rock and roll, if you're purely a rock and roll fan, if you love the stuff from Chuck Berry, Elvis, and Little Richard, and Buddy Holly from the 50s all the way up through the 60s, the Byrds, the Kinks, the Beatles, the Stones, the Beach Boys, and coming into the 70s with Zeppelin and the Who and blah, 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 and Kiss, and coming to the 80s and the 90s. Folks, how can you turn your back on something like this? Rock and roll has been dead for a long time. Have you looked at the Spotify or iTunes top popular charts lately? LP and singles and songs played, folks? You want to puke? You want to throw up? You want to go, jump off a bridge somewhere? Go look at those charts today, folks, and see what's on there. It is horrid, horrible. And to see a band like this being able to make some headway again, announcing a reunion of this band after 15 years and seeing the excitement it's generating and the massive upheaval in their popularity again, and the tunes being streamed and the albums being played. Folks, it's something to warm your heart, Come on, think about it. You're a rock and roll fan. You should be happy, even if you never were a big fan of Oasis. Go get a best of. Go get the greatest hits. Go get Time Flies, Stop the Clocks, which is a great, great collection, folks. I'm telling you, if you're into rock and roll and you're not into this, check your pulse. Check your pulse. There's something wrong with you. Because even if you're not a big fan of this band, if you're a fan of rock and roll, this has to warm your heart and say, well, good. I may not be the biggest Oasis fan, but geez, at least, rock and roll is getting a little bit of a shot in the arm here, from Oasis reuniting. I got to at least be happy about that. But no, you still got these people that are negative and down about it. Well, you know what? You go buy the next Taylor Swift album or the next flavor of the month that's coming out and on the dance pop charts or the hip hop charts or whatever, and you go in your room and be happy with that. Because then I'm going to be happy with this. I'm going to be happy with Oasis coming back. All right, that's what I'm going to do. You want to join me? Come join me. Come get into the rock and roll. It's all about the rock and roll, baby. And rock and roll needs a revival. And this is a shot in the arm that we needed, folks. Sorry, but that's what I say. All right? I'm into it, baby. I'm into it. When are you going to get into it? Let's go. Biblical, baby. Biblical.